did in race 1. Cars simmering on the grid here in Valencia. After a cloudy morning, it is becoming warmer and warmer, ready for the start of round 6 of the FIA World Touring Car Championship 2007. 5-minute delay to the start, as those who didn't finish race 1, we saw Felix Portiero, he was one of a number, Alex Zanardi, Gabriele Tarquini, Rob Huff, Augusto Farfus, Roberto Colciago, all failed to finish race 1, and they have all been shuffled around at the back of the grid to get them into their respective orders. There you see Farfus, the orange car of Coronel, and Felix Portiero, Thiago Montero all being squizzled around, although Montero is being pushed out of where the grid sheet tells us he should be, so we'll allow them to sort themselves out there, I think.
Probably changed the grid sheet at the very last minute. We had this with the last race, in actual fact, with the GT Open. As we came to our booth with the sheet that we just picked up, 5 minutes before the race, they decided to change the grid positions, and it sounds like that's what they've done here again as well.
And the only non-starter, it would seem, is not made it onto the grid, unfortunately, is car number 4 of Alex Zanardi, or at the back of the grid. Tyre warmers coming off the car. Car number 2 of Van Muller on pole position. And we have 27 cars ready to start the race. Alex Zanardi's car too badly damaged after the first corner impact in race 1 to start, but he is the only non-starter of those that were caught up in the first corner carambolage. And there have clearly been a couple of cars that have had to break the Parc Fermé rules. I'm thinking Felix Portiero and Thiago Montero both, because they're now on the back of the grid and not in the order in which they retired, which is how they should have started. So Gabriele Tarquini, Thiago Montero there, both, well, they touched with each other, and it seems, David Leslie, that's really what triggered the sort of chain reaction that took out everybody from about 5th to 10th on the grid, all in one fell swoop, with the exception of Nicola Larini, who helped himself no end by getting away from 6th and up into, well, joint 2nd in the first corner, and eventually 2nd on his own by turn 2. So he really dodged that one.
He did, and it was right behind him where all the accidents started. 2 of the Seat teammates touch each other, and then everything went wrong after that. The cars just sort of spread out, and lots and lots of damage indeed. But you know, when you're having this many cars arriving down at speed into the first corner, then something's going to go wrong. This time they'll be a little bit slower when they get down there. They're a little bit more spread out because they're all sitting on a grid position with a standing start. As we said earlier on, you know, with the BMWs at the front, 3 of them on the front 2 rows, then we think that that man there at front, Michael Jourdain Jr., will be overtaken before he gets to the first corner by Andy Priaulx. So we'll have BMWs 1, 2 and 3. I'm not convinced that it will be so easy for Andy Priaulx to get past Luca Rangoni. I think that'll be very difficult, but I'm pretty sure the Schnitzer guys out there will be expecting a win from this man, Jörg Muller.
Yeah, you saw Charlie Lamb wishing him good luck and plenty of excitement. You see the cooling tube there as well. In these temperatures, any air that comes into the car is very welcome indeed. And David, you touched at the end of the first race on James Thompson's new helmet, one of the new one of the Stand 21 helmets with a vent for pouring air in around the driver's face, and he was saying after the race, actually, what a huge difference this has made. And he was trying to use it last year but couldn't, because the high-winged Seat seats were too close to his head. He likes to lean his head a lot in the races, and it was just interfering a lot. He said he can feel it at the moment in the Alfa. It's the first time he's used it, but boy, he certainly notices when the pipe came off in morning warm-up even, and it was cool then. He said he had to steer with his knees for down the straight and plug it all back in, because he really noticed the difference. So another little tiny little extra boost in the performance. It all helps. It all helps.
Yes, if the driver feels comfortable and driver's in charge of what he's doing, then it's much easier. If a driver is stressed for any reason whatsoever, then it's much more difficult for him to get the best out of himself and the best out of the car. And as James Thompson said, having that cooling into his helmet just kept his head so much cooler and just allowed him to think much more clearly as to what he was doing, where he was going. But as we said, inside Jörg Muller's car there, we've seen the big pipes coming from the front, pointing straight to his body to try and keep him as cool as possible.
And that might well be a factor in this race as the temperature rises up into the 30s here in Valencia. Priaulx was the man who came out on top. Cars coming around this long undulating final corner at Valencia onto the grid, ready for race 6 in the FIA World Touring Car Championship 2007, led by BMW's Jörg Müller. Luca Rangoni second for the Pro Team BMW squad. Michel Jourdain Jr. third for the Seat team, and the onboard camera there with James Thompson, our race 1 winner. He will start in 8th position. Behind Andy Priaulx, Jordi Genet, Ivan Muller and Nicola Larini. The rest of them finish as they start, from Alain Menu in 9th down. And with the race getting ready to get underway, 13 laps of the 4-kilometre Valencia circuit to decide round 6 of the series. Currently being led by Augusto Farfus Jr., who scored no points in the first race and starts from row 12 of the grid. So it's going to be very difficult for him to score at all. It looks certain he will lose his championship lead. Red lights are on. Long hold from Eduardo Freitas. Very long hold. Slight creeping further down the field, but away they go. Now look for Andy Priaulx behind the BMW on the right-hand side. Can he get in front of Michel Jourdain Jr.? He has. Can he get in front of Luca Rangoni? He won't try into turn 1. He'll leave Rangoni to try and skate off. Rangoni takes the lead from Jörg Müller. Now, can he hold it together? Further through comes the number 11 of Gabriele Tarquini from the tail end of the field. Müller gets back inside Rangoni, and Priaulx's got the door open. The next corner's a left-hander. No, Priaulx won't go through, not with 45 kilos of success ballast. Jourdain's been jumped by his teammates. Through go Ivan Muller and Jordi Genet. Genet with the red windscreen strip behind Muller with the white one. Then James Thompson got ahead of Nicola Larini, riding on board with Thompson. That's Ivan Muller, Michel Jourdain. Jourdain makes a mistake, defends hard on the inside. Thompson out wide. Here's a chance for Larini. Next corner's a left-hander as well. Thompson's going inside Jourdain. Is Larini with him? No, he's right behind him, and that might hang the Mexican out to dry.
Menu that's right up behind him.
It is Menu as well. So
Menu was right behind on the row behind.
Larini was beside and in front of Thompson, but he's in fact lost 3 or 4 places, and Menu's just sitting there until Jourdain runs out of room to defend, and he gets through. So good starting by Menu. They've been hit by Daste. Stefano Daste into Jourdain, Larini, and that's Freitas, the independent, now in 3rd place with Andy Priaulx. Right in front is the man that separates him from 2nd place, Luca Rangoni, who has been very, very quick indeed. But behind Priaulx, Ivan Muller and Jordi Genet.
Even Olivier Tielemans with the Alfa Romeo is up behind Nicola Larini, although he's being squeezed on the inside by Pierre-Yves Cortals, who's gone through with a seat.
And that's Huff right behind. That's Huff pulling out to try and pass. So Rob Huff was in 14th place from 23rd on the grid or so. Halfway round the lap, he can't get by Cortals. Can he? Yes, no. This is what...
he's past Tielemans.
He's passed lap 1 as well. He's past corner 1. Oh, and Cortals goes off. Cortals ran wide, Huff goes by him. Tielemans having another look, he can't get through.
Tielemans is going back, there's a problem somewhere with his car.
And Jourdain stuck out there as well. Oh, Larini was having a look at Menu. Menu held the inside line, but Larini got by Jourdain. And look, behind Thompson, trying to shove his way in past Jordi Genet. They're being held up by Andy Priaulx. There's a sentence you don't hear very often. Priaulx with 45 kilos of success ballast on board. Only Tarquini more heavily laden. Here comes a Chevrolet down the inside. And is that Huff? Yes, it is.
He's right up behind his teammates, and he started.
And they're 8th, 9th and 10th.
So far behind did Rob Huff. Rob said he was quick. He knew he could get round the circuit if he could only get past the first corner.
Well,
what's happening?
What must Ivan Muller be thinking? I could be so much further ahead if I could only get past Andy Priaulx. Jörg Müller under pressure genuinely from Luca Rangoni. Push, push, push. And Rangoni is not without success weight either, David. So he's got 15 kilos on board, and Jörg Müller has got 45, as has Priaulx. So Rangoni in the middle of those is 30 kilos lighter, and that's what's allowing him to really push the attack early on. Tom Coronel had a rotten race in Zandvoort, a rotten race 1 here as well, and he's trying to push hard. But look, Thompson is clearly quicker than the Seats, and he's itching to go by, riding with him. Jordi Genet in front, and that hatchback will be giving away a nice tow. We know the Alpha's very slippery. Here comes Thompson, here he comes, comes, here he comes. Has he pulled out? Yes, he has. Can he get alongside? Yes, he can. Has he got enough room? Yes, he squeezes by Genet for 5th position. Wow, race 1 sort of deteriorated into a little bit of a procession. Race 2 making up for it in spades.
Completely. All of a sudden now, Andy Prio has picked up at speed, but it wasn't there behind Rangoni while Rangoni was chasing. And he got through.
Ivan Muller.
Space for Muller.
But it goes right here, so Prio lives again, and Thompson's right with them as well.
And Muller's back down the inside. They're going to touch. Oh, that was tight.
Well, Prio hold up behind
Thompson's now got
Rangoni.
the opportunity to try and come up. Wrong side for Thompson to go round the outside of this corner.
But the Alfa now is starting to look like the old Alfa Romeo squad, the red wedge, where they were just rocket sledges. It's so slippery, and now it handles the curbs well too. Tomo has really got a race car for the first time all
down
season.
The inside. Can he make it? No, he's had to back off and fall in behind Ivan Muller. Ivan Muller chasing hard as he can onto the back of Andy Prio, and Andy's still trying to hang on to the back of Luca
Rangoni, and failing.
And he's not fighting with the guys behind. He can catch Rangoni, but once he starts watching his mirrors and fighting with the guys behind, he drops away again. We've seen it's just seesaw backwards and forwards.
Now remember the last corner here in years gone by, how easily Alfa Romeos have passed people down through the last corner, left, right and centre.
Yep.
But particularly they're good down the inside under braking, and here we go. Thompson knows it, he's seen it, he's experienced it, and he uses it on Ivan Muller, goes right by him. Thompson can't win both races, can he? He's got no weight ballast, he's got a really fast car in a straight line. Muller's got problems from Genet. They're gone behind him, I think, unless something drastic happens. Genet's looking to the inside again. We ride with him. No, he hasn't got enough room, certainly not when it's his teammate involved. But there, from Genet's viewpoint, Thompson down the inside.
And both of them were right on limp. You can see them there with their left-hand rear wheel locked up with all that weight off that wheel and braking hard into the corner. But there's Prio. He's back behind Rangoni again. Ace car, see, he got Menu, Larini, Huff.
Yeah, Huff's got two old blokes in front of him again, and he's determined to get through. Do you know what? It'd be vindication if Huff could get onto the podium somehow here after 5 races watching from the sidelines in Valencia in his 3-year career here. To actually complete a race would be a start. That would get the bogey win. Olivier Tielemans. Now that is absolutely indication of how far Alfa have come. Tielemans qualified 19th, 1.1 seconds behind James Thompson, but he's currently running in 11th place and charging up the order. And again, Prio all over Rangoni. But where's Muller? I thought he'd be gone by now. He's 1 second ahead. And only 1 second ahead after 4 laps of really intense racing. He can't get away even from this battle.
Prio really needs to get past Rangoni, because if he doesn't, he's going to have Thompson all over his boot lid. And when that happened before, when you've seen the Seat all over the boot lid, Andy really dropped away a little bit from Rangoni. So he needs to really...
There he goes.
Now he goes. Down the inside is what he wants. He's on the inside. Is there enough space for him to go?
But has Rangoni given him room in the one place where there was enough room for the move to be done without Rangoni giving up too much space? I think maybe that was just easier than it would have been, say, if it was Thompson.
Maybe. He certainly would have wanted to close that out. He wouldn't have gone out that little bit like he did. If you've got no one there behind you, then that's the correct line to do. Where Rangoni was would have been the correct, perfect line. But, you know, he's got there. Yeah, thank you very much.
I think that was the way that Prio read it.
That was, well done. Because what they're going to have to fight against is all these cars behind. BMW want to win this championship as a manufacturer, as well as have one of their drivers win as a driver champion, and to have their 2 works cars in front of their highest qualifying privateer is really what they want. And I have to say, Rangoni, I think, was very, very kind to Andy there. 2
of the 3 Chevys in the points at the moment. We ride with Rob Huff in 9th, but look at that, BMWs and Alfa, Seats, Chevrolets, all close together. All the different manufacturers in the points, and Olivier Tielemans having a good run here. This is Michel Jourdain. He's trying to get past, and he's done it as well. And that's Sergio Hernandez, second in the Independence Trophy. That's Rangoni's teammate. And he's on the inside, and Jourdain can't defend that. There's absolutely no way to hold them off. But look, he's having a go at Tielemans, and here are the 2 other teammates. Thompson having a go to get by Rangoni, and it will not be easy to get by Rangoni. Independent or not, I don't care. As you said, he's a BMW driver. He can score points for BMW against Seat and against Alfa and against Chevrolet.
And this team are really...
And Rob Huff.
He's trying desperately.
Oh, he was alongside.
Now he's on the outside, but he's on the wrong side to go. He can't.
Like he cares.
Yeah, mine.
He's on the racing line as well. It'll be better for him out there almost.
Not unless he can switch back.
And he can.
Try and get on the inside when he comes out of this corner.
Here he comes.
He hasn't got the run out.
Thompson's having a run at Rangoni right in front for third place. Here he is. Thompson dives out, pulls alongside Rangoni, and he's so got the pace, James Thompson. Wow, what a difference a fortnight makes.
Winner in the first race, from 8th on the grid, now up into 3rd. And I can't see the guys behind managing it. Oh, and through goes Ivan Muller. He's taking that opportunity to go past Rangoni as well. And Rangoni, remember, he's a long way ahead of anybody else in his category.
And that's his own teammate Hernandez, who's in 10th
place.
Yeah, so
long way back.
Like Coronel, remember, 3 or 4 laps in, okay, the damage is done, they're starting to come by, they're queuing up. Right, I will not make life tough for them, BMW or otherwise. His focus is to do what Coronel did last year, win the Independence Trophy. Here's the race lead being disputed.
Andy is quicker. Andy is now caught.
Yeah. Oh, and Muller made a mistake on the gravel.
Right on the limit, and he's had to defend heavily into that left-hander when he made that mistake out of there, and Andy's had to lift off. And I'll tell you what, the Alfa, he's gone wide. Tomo could win this yet. He could win this yet, but again, Prio just being a fraction more cautious than if it was another manufacturer. Muller is hanging on by the skin of his teeth. I wonder if his tyres for the race were older. It's gone wide.
And here comes Thompson. Thompson could get in between the two of them, and Ivan Muller will go where Thompson goes. The door will be open. Now Prio's got to control it through this left and into the long right-hander, but Thompson's all over his boot lid. David, this is sensational racing, and here comes Thompson with the inside.
Will have to stay on the inside. He's got to stay down the inside. He knows what the Alfa can do down there. He's got to stay on the inside. Now he's got to concentrate getting back onto the back of that BMW in front and not worry too much about the Alfa behind. The Alfa's on the straight. You've said how often down the straight, how slippery it is. It gets into it, pulls out, and there he is down the inside. There he goes.
And there he comes. Goodness me, it's like rolling back the years. It's 4 years ago, the speed of the Alfa Romeo. That's fantastic stuff. Don't forget, though, Prio with 45 kilos of success ballast, as has Jürg Muller, who made another mistake there. Prio gets a good run on the exit, but that's defence against Ivan Muller, and I don't think it's working. Muller's on the outside. Prio stays behind Thompson. But are we going to get the Seats on the podium as well? And in fact, how much speed have... Well, do you know what? The Chevrolets are running just as fast as our race leader as well. 47.1s, 46.7 for Thompson on the last lap, 46.6 for Ivan Muller in his tow. So Thompson and Muller...
for Menu and the Chevrolet.
Yeah, Thompson, Muller and Menu, they are the fastest 3 guys in the points at the moment. And the BMW... There you see, I opened my big mouth, didn't I? Oh, Rangoni!
He's decided to have that place back from Muller. He's not giving up easy, is he?
That's the inside line at Schwantz at Donington, straight across the grass, yes, because he got in too hot. Got in just too deep under braking. Janae's right behind him now and looking for a way through, but you're right. Rangoni's got his sleeves rolled up. He's that kind of pugilist in the car. He will fight for every inch, but look how close now Menu is getting, because Lorini's on the back of the queue now. Huff's got by Lorini. Yeah, no, we didn't see that. No, I know. All too busy watching this. Here we are, replay at the beginning of the lap, and Thompson pulls out and goes by.
He had no answer, did Andy? He couldn't do anything unless he was going to drive him off the circuit, and that wasn't one of the things that Andy would normally do.
Absolutely not.
I reckon fairly soon that Alfa Romeo is going to be in first place.
It was 0.6 Muller to Prio on the last lap, and it's not even that as Thompson comes past Jürg Muller to take the lead. He's going to do it. He's done it. Beats him to the braking area, and the crowd are cheering. Whoa, and a huge lurid moment, but he kept the foot buried and he kept the front end pointing where he wanted it to go, and into turn 2. Prio's now all over Jürg Muller again. Thompson breathes for a fraction of a second.
Oh, Janae's got on the pass.
Menu and Rangoni and Janae and Ivan Muller, and oh, it's all going on. You watch that. I'll look out the window. It's still Thompson.
Now it's Andy Prio's opportunity to try and take second place away from Jürg Muller, but these 3 are now a little bit away ahead of the Seats. But you've got 2 Seats. Look at the screen. I think there's 2 Seats in there behind. I'm not sure.
Ahead of Rangoni, yes, and Rangoni's trying to defend against Menu and Huff. Oh no, he's right.
Having a go at
inside Janae.
Yeah.
Oh, Menu, you cheeky so-and-so. That nearly worked. Oh.
Slight touch to the back of Janae. Hanging on to it he is. And right behind that, you've got Huff and Larini now, just sort of saying, well, how many ever fall off? We're here. Please, can I have it? No, that's
further back. That is Genet. No, that is Genet.
Yes, Genet.
Battling Rangoni, and now here they come.
Menu's through. Oh, and another of the Chevrolets through.
Oh, Huff on the curbs.
Yeah, Huff's through.
Genet's on the inside still. Well, Huff's been on the outside here against Menu, and it didn't work. But can he outbrake Genet? Menu's on the brakes. Yeah, Genet's using all the road. Larini sneaking through. Larini goes through.
And Huff goes off. He got pushed off by...
couldn't control it by Genet, and could not get back in.
Just left him with nowhere to go.
Couldn't get back in because although Larini's his teammate, Larini is ruthless and would not have left the door open. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Really Genet that
and in fact, it was so mucky out there that in fact Huff had no chance of getting it stopped. So Genet went right out onto the normal racing line, despite the fact that Huff was there. Menu, little contact. Yeah, so that's flapping around. And Thompson pulling away. Thompson's last lap, 46.6. Muller's 47.7. 1.1 seconds on the last lap. Thompson quicker than the BMW, and I think Thompson's going to win both races. That's incredible.
It's a long time since we've had a double winner.
Yes, particularly from Alfa Romeo
style of racing. And yeah, I can't remember how long ago that was.
A couple of years, 3 maybe, I would think. I would think that the names involved would have to have been Giovinazzi, very likely. Andy Priaulx's view of Jörg Muller has never been really much further away than this, and often quite a lot closer. They're still second and third, and if you think, well, maybe Priaulx should calm down and sit behind Muller, after all it is another BMW driver, yes, but it's a different team, and also if he lets Muller take a point away from him here, he might be sitting behind Muller by a point after the final race in Macau, and that is not the way that Andy Priaulx wants to end the season. He's won 1 European Championship and 2 world titles in the last 2 years, and he doesn't want to be giving anybody any points here. And again,
he's trying hard, Andy. He's looking both sides, one side and the other.
These BMWs aren't slowing down at all, are they? The drivers are really hanging on.
Very, very defensive driving by Jörg Muller. He's really trying desperately to keep Andy back rather than he is trying to keep going forward. He desperately wants to keep those 8 points for second place and leave Andy with only 6.
Oh,
here's the fight for the
Rangoni and Hernandez for the win in the independence category. Those are the 2 pro team teammates. I tell you what, there'll be a big falling out if Hernandez does something silly and takes Rangoni off.
Hernandez up the inside.
Round he goes. He's got him.
Past his teammate. Oh no, the teammate's hanging on the outside. They're still side by side.
Luca, Sergio, please boys. Rangoni's got it. It goes right again.
He does hang on to Rangoni, doesn't he? He doesn't give in to anyone. He doesn't say, well, yes, you're beside me, there you are, I'll try again later. He's just like, no, I'm not giving up.
Yeah. Independence Trophy leaders 8th and 9th overall. This is the battle for second. Priaulx very close here again. Thompson creeping away by another full second on that last lap. And again, these things with the 45 extra kilos are really caning their tyres. You were talking earlier about the importance when Priaulx was behind Rangoni of getting past quickly before Muller escaped, and I thought, and also before he's really wrecked the tyres, trying to get past a much lighter car. And again, Rangoni bouncing over the curbs, a mistake. Hernandez is right there. Can he get inside? Not yet. But they're still chasing the 2 Chevrolets, and Larini in 5th ahead of Menu in 6th. I didn't see that either. Larini is really the smiling assassin this weekend with Rob Huff.
He's 15th, he is,
behind Tom Coronel, and now that is Seat Central. Coronel ahead of him is Montero, ahead of him is Tielemans, ahead of him is Jourdain,
and somewhere beside Rob Huff is Augusto Farfus, because he made a very bad start and had a problem as well at the beginning of the race, so he really has been struggling. Unfortunately,
there's so much going up out front. You can't see all of this battle here. There's Menu, there's Genet, there's Sergio Hernandez, there is his teammate in front, there is Jourdain, there is Tielemans, there is Montero, there is Farfus, there is Coronel, there is Huff. Are you keeping up with this?
Potero.
You can't see me pointing at the screen, but Huff's the blue one, Coronel's the orange one as we went down. Oh look, what's happened to Coronel's had contact somewhere, because the right rear half of
back.
Yeah, never mind, it's a hatchback and everything.
Those rather large rear bumpers floating around, and that's like a little parachute coming out of the back of there. Won't help him at all, but Rob Huff trying to make his way back up after after that.
There is not more than a car length between Jourdain in 10th and Porchero in 16th position there. Not much more anyway. Farfus just starting to squeeze away.
Yeah, I can see where they're all together, one after the, and Porchero trying to go around the inside of Huff. No, that didn't work.
Porchero, like Huff, of course, off at the first corner. And as the leaders continue to battle, looking out the window, still Ivan Muller in 4th, chasing Prio, chasing Muller, and Thompson clearing off. But great action here. Coronel 11th.
Oh, there's half a bumper left on the back of that car.
Yeah, it keeps flapping up at speed and then dropping down.
It's disappeared completely.
So he's got a blind spot at speed. Anything to the right of him behind, he can't see at all. He can't see Huff. Now he can. He's right behind him. But there you can see Tielemans and Farfus closing in behind. Tielemans has got Montero behind him. Tielemans 11th, so Farfus still a long way from any points this weekend. Not something he would have experienced when he was driving the N-Technology Alfa Romeos, is it? And there is the battle for the Independence Trophy. Who's going to benefit from this? The man who's just come onto the straight in the BMW, Stefano D'Aste. If this all goes pear-shaped for the Pro Team drivers, and Hernandez again hanging on from Rangoni. No. Rangoni with the inside, got his nose back in front. Here comes Hernandez.
He's going to try again. Yes, through he goes.
Hernandez back in front. Rangoni cuts back. Jourdain goes. Now, if I had a motorcycle, I couldn't get between the two of these two. They're so close. But he's all over the back of them. Oh, he's got a good run going. Hernandez possibly not looking in the mirrors at the moment, I would venture. Having another look there. That wasn't defence, that was attack with Huff. This is going to be an outside-inside move on Coronel. He's got him. Did he get by? He didn't before the line. Let's have a look out the window.
He did after the line. We can't see, but here's the battle.
Yes, and Coronel's just been spun off, in fact, by Stefano D'Aste. So bad news, I'm afraid, for Dutch fans.
Battle up front. Andy Prio still trying to get past Jörg Müller. Jörg, obviously a very, very experienced driver, and making this car as wide as possible, so wide that he's slowing the whole lot down. Ivan Muller's now cut them up into 4th place. Ooh,
there it is.
What's happening.
Oh, it's Porchero, in fact, who made contact. Wrong BMW. Well, no, Porchero turned him round. Tarquini couldn't avoid the back of him, but Tom Coronel off there anyway. So thank you to Olivier, our director, who's listening as I look out the window. He's downstairs in the truck, couldn't see that, but the cameraman had picked it up. So, seen by the leaders, that's all gone on. Now there may well be a yellow flag out between turns 1 and 2. So last chance saloon now for Andy Prio. David, what did he say to us on Friday night before the race weekend? 3rd place. I'll take 3rd. I'll take 3rd.
Points is what he wants.
He doesn't want to take 3rd, does he? He's not taking 3rd.
He's giving Jörg a hard time. He really is. He's been all over that back bumper of Jörg, and I'm sure that he's rubbed it more than once during this race.
No question. What he meant was, I'll arm wrestle Jörg until the flag, and if he's still got seconds, then I won't have it. But other than that, I want it.
But Ivan Muller just sitting there behind. I don't think he's quite got the pace to be able to do anything about it.
No, has he?
Certainly, if something goes wrong with these two, then certainly he'll say, ooh, thank you very much, I'll have that one.
Behind this, incidentally, Larini 5th, Menu 6th, Genet 7th, Rangoni 8th. And Porchero pays the penalty for trying to make up too many places in one go. Or was it he got tagged by Stefano D'Aste? I think it was 6 or 1.5 does the other.
Stuck there.
No, I accused D'Aste of putting Coronel off, but the camera showed us it was in fact Porchero. I only caught the end of the incident out of my eye. Miguel Freitas Alpha, by the way, has retired, but the other one of James Thompson still going very strongly indeed. Tarquini's dropped right down the order, incidentally, after getting tagged with Coronel, so I think his car has probably seen the end of the race. Halfway round the last lap and more, round the final corner they'll be coming in just a moment. James Thompson leading the race as they come towards the end of this Valencia weekend, and incredibly, after Brazil, after Zandvoort, you would have got great money on Thompson winning 1, winning 2. Nobody would have taken the bet and thought there was any chance of paying out, but it has come to pass. Pole by 1,000th and a double race win for James Thompson. Boy oh boy, if they loved him after race 1, they'll be queuing up to adore him after race 2 in a We Are Not Worthy style. What a weekend for N Technology. Monica Sips there. Their new baby, the International Formula Masters Championship, has been a raging success, and their old baby, the Alpha 156, now in its 7th year of Super 2000 racing, is still capable not just of the odd pole, their 100th ever with N Technology, but also of a double race winning weekend. He came here with no points. 20 points will put him something like 6th or 7th in the championship. James Thompson wins, Jörg Müller 2nd, Andy Prio 3rd. I can't see anything other than a BMW 123, I said before the race. Me and my big mouth. For you. Jörg Müller celebrates, James Thompson celebrates. Well,
one set of very happy Italians, isn't it?
I don't think I've seen the boys look that happy. It's been a long, fairly tough time for them, and they must have been thinking the car was really too long in the tooth to be a realistic challenger. Well, throw away the baby in the bathwater and start again and build from the tyres up, which is what Tomo has got them to do, and the results are there.
Tomo said, when we were talking to him between the two races, that car he's driving now is the car he drove at the exact same chassis when he was at Alfa Romeo previously. So it shows you it's not brand new, it's a very old car.
2 seasons old.
But it's a car that he obviously likes very much indeed.
And it's the one that he drove. I wonder who had it before him, or whether it was a brand new chassis for 2005. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's had Giovanardi's and Lorini's and people in it as well. But great result from James Thompson. We'll try and catch up with him right now. Despite that helmet and the air con, he's looking pretty warm.
James Thompson, you had the pole and you won twice. What a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't get a lot better than that, does it? Absolutely fantastic. As I said, the guys have given me the best car this weekend, and we've made full use of it. So big thank you to everybody in N Technology, and yeah, great. Start the championship from now.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you go. They gave him the car and he delivered the results, and that's what makes the bond between a driver and his team. You can get on well away from the circuit, but if you demand something and they're not sure and they give it to you, and you go out and kick the opposition into the weeds, as has happened this weekend, then suddenly it's a very, very different bond between the driver and the team. And as I said, you know, he was with them 2 seasons ago. Last year he spent at Seat. This year he's come back, and the team have gradually been slipping a little further away from the front, and now they're right back with a big revision of the car. Suddenly it's rejuvenated, it works its tyres well, and it races well.
You can't argue with it, and I just look back in the record books, and certainly no one last year won both races, and it's a long time since that's happened because of the system, reverse grid, etc. It's very, very unusual now for that to happen, and for James Thompson, with what isn't actually a fully work supported car, a privateer run, basically ex-works car, to go out and beat everybody else. Absolutely fantastic. And there we see the points. Oh, there we don't. They've got on to second place already.
Very quickly down.
Let me run through what was actually on there. First equal was Jörg Müller and Andy Prio. In third place now is Augusto Farfus Jr. In fourth, Nicola Larini on 25 points. Fifth is Tarquini on 21 points. And sixth, James Thompson. All points scored here. 2 wins, 2 10s, 20 points in total for 6th place in the championship.
Well, it started with the BMWs on the front row of the grid. It looked set for a BMW 123. Who would have thought from zero to hero James Thompson would have claimed a second win?
constructor co-ganador en Technology, Mauro Sims. En este momento el pueblo nacional en este instante de guardar esa imagen de la retina con los 5 premiados en esta carrera. Thompson, Muller, Prior, Lucas Ragoni y Mauro Sims.